Hi folks, it's Nick here and we're looking at Lemmings on the ZX Spectrum 48K, a game that you've probably heard on other systems first, most notably on the Commodore Amiga, but it's made it onto 8-bit technology as well. This is published by Psygnosis in 1991. There was a level design also available, but if you're unfamiliar with this, it's a puzzle game. We must direct a tribe of lemmings, who can assign different skills, to actually get from start to finish without dying. You have to rescue a percentage of lemmings to be successful, to go on to the next stage, and there's a timer ticking down as well. 4 difficulty levels: fun, tricky, taxing and mayhem, but we'll start on fun because the idea of this review is not to be particularly good, but just to show you how it plays. And we will edit down the loading times, which are long. So level 1, just dig. It's trying to ease you in to learn the skills, but I'll be doing this on joystick. On the Commodore Amiga it is mouse. I've also reviewed this on the PlayStation 1. So here's how Lemmings coming down. Animation isn't bad for 8-bit technology. It's on the 48K. The 128K version did have some music. So, see these crosshairs? I click on a lemming and I've already assigned it as a digger. And we've got 10 diggers. So all on one screen, this particular one. We've got the finish down the bottom there on the bottom right. You might just be able to see with 2 flames either side. And then the start at the top there, so you have to direct them from one to the other without any casualties, and it starts off quite easy really. You can change the flow rate that the lemmings come out of there. If they drop too far down they will die, but essentially you can, the skills available are climbers, to get the lemming to climb, not always available on every stage. Floaters, which essentially means if a lemming falls off from a high distance he opens a parachute so he doesn't die on impact. There are blockers, which block the road, stop lemmings going over the side. Builders, bashers, dig sideways, miners, diggers, and also bangers, which you can cause a lemming to explode, which sometimes is necessary, cruel as it might be. Definitely needs the music on this. Dun da 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 dun da 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 da, as it played on the Amiga version and numerous other versions as well. So I've rescued 7, I only needed 1, so we're going to go on to the next level with a bit of loading, I'd imagine. A lot of people won't know this game come out on the ZX Spectrum, but here it is, Lemmings in all its glory. Currently looking for level 2. Only floaters can survive this. So you see the map at the top there? We have to assign, it's a bit tricky to click on these with the mouse, but anyway, we just got floaters, we need to click on every lemming we can using the fire button. Again, fairly straightforward, just teaching you what the best things to do. So these early levels, you're just learning, well, one skill really. On the mayhem taxing levels, you have to do multiple skills to get the lemmings across. You need a bit of teamwork and it isn't immediately obvious what you need to do. But on the 48K it animates quite well, the graphics are good I'd have to say. It's pretty much Lemmings as you look at it, and I don't think they could have done much better. As I say, need to be doing this ideally on mouse, but I haven't got a mouse for the ZX Spectrum. Has anyone? It was a bit of my complaints for the PlayStation 1 when I played it on that as well. It's equally as tricky without a mouse. But in the fun levels it's okay, you can get away with it. In the taxing levels where you need split-second timing and to be all over the map, it's a bit too tricky I would have thought. Did you have this game on the ZX Spectrum? Are you a fan of it? Or did you prefer it on any other systems there, like the Atari ST or the Commodore Amiga? I'm not sure this came out on the Commodore 64 and the Amstrad CPC. I presume they did. If you know for definite, comment below. But it's such a huge hit, this game, I think they would have tried to get it out on everything they possibly could. We won't be doing the whole game here. I'll just do about 3 or 4, maybe 5 levels. Tailor-made for blockers. Right, so this is when we have to strategically put our blocker lemmings on to stop the rest of the tribe walking over the edge. So as you can see, you've got to guide them down these ledges. So, pretty straightforward once you learn it. So he'll put him as a blocker. I haven't seen the level designer of this one. It says it exists online, but online isn't always correct. I mean, I think I'd probably spend more time on the editor than I would actually playing the game. Come on, Lemmings. Let's go. When you blow them up on any other version, they go, oh no! But they don't on this one, they're mute. So let's get ready to do the blocker. I'm sure you've already worked out how to complete this stage, but I'll do it anyway. Here we go. Block. Right, so they just look each side. Moves quite quick actually. As I say though, needs the music. Timer ticking down, we've got 4 minutes 24, and that's very, very generous. Clock isn't really a factor in this early stages, only when it's like starts to get to tricky, taxing, and in particular mayhem. Nice variety, nicely designed levels. I do remember this level from the PlayStation and the Amiga version, so it stays true to that. It's an accurate conversion, and strictly speaking, I don't think they could have done much better on this one. You see the skills down the bottom there, a lot of them are blacked out, so just learning one at a time. There's the pause button, and on the far right on the white boxes you can see nuke, where if you've gone completely wrong you can click on that and everyone will explode on the screen. You just restart. Actually, I don't think you can you can click on it on this one. You have to hit the N for nuke. It's quite handy. N for nuke. It's easy to remember. So very generous, as I say, with time on these early ones. It's not the sort of game you'll just get frustrated on level 1 or 2 and never ever play it again. It's gradually getting you addicted, and this is what made it a big success, I think, a very addictive game. Well done, Psygnosis. 1991, so quite a while ago now. Time is getting on, as time tends to do. But whether people will be playing this in a million years' time, or even tomorrow, I do not know. I'd go to the Amiga version first because that's the one I grew up with. Nostalgia has a big part to play, and on the Commodore Amiga it's absolutely brilliant. Good stuff. They did release on other versions Oh No More Lemmings and Lemmings 2 The Tribes, and you also get data discs as well to expand it. Not so on the Spectrum, I don't think, unless anyone's independently brought out some from that level designer that I can't track down. If you have, let me know. Did you have some really cool, crazy levels? Be interesting to see the 128K version, what music it had. This version did have music on the title screen, but it all seemed a bit scratchy. It wasn't really that impressive. Is it the same just all the way through? Because I think I'd probably turn that off if it was. So this is stage 3. We've had this 1-1 from quite some way out, but hopefully, because the only way out of this is if your lemmings are dead or rescued or the time's run out, so I might have to blow up these blockers because you can't convert them back to normal walkers afterwards. Which is, you know, a bit cruel, but as long as the RSPCA aren't watching and it's only pixels, or is it with AR? Are they really real people? I guess we'll never know. Well, we do sort of, don't we? I'm trying to think of some other Lemmings tunes as well I can sing, but thankfully I can't. Right, so this last chap in, then we're going to have to blow everyone up by hitting N for nuke. They've all got time bombs on them, these. Unless I can get them out. No, I can't. I'm trying to unclick them. I'm trying to all my best to save these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. But I think they're going to turn into cannon fodder, this mob. Wait for the timer. It's not working. Damn. I'm not going to wait 2 minutes 40 for this to happen. Why isn't that working? Where's the instructions? This is good in a review, isn't it? It's not inept at all. Yeah. Good bit of feet stamping on the animation there. What else can I say? There we go, we got it. Right, N. It worked that time. It is N. Wait for it. Ooh. Boom. Yeah, sorry lads. I committed a bit of genocide there. All lemmings accounted for. You rescued 15. You only needed 2. Well, you know. I saved them. I'm like a modern day Schindler's List. I think that's blasphemy, is it? Right, now use miners and climbers. So we got to... It's ramping up the difficulty. We've got to use 2 special skills here. So one has got to cut through the floor. And then we've got to climb over another obstacle. It's knowing where best to set my my miner who's going to dig down diagonally. We've only got 1 of those. Right. I think that not work. Let's have another go. Come on. These guys don't seem to want to do any work. Come on. What's going on here? I've got some work-shy lemmings. Right, let's reset this. Come on, stop digging. Right, we're going. Do you know, I think I've dug that in the wrong place because these other lemmings falling out the start hatch, they fall too far, they die, and I think I might have just made the drop a bit too much. Let's watch if they get squished. Did they get squished? I don't know. There's a thing we've got to climb over. Let's get to the exit port. Oh yeah, they're definitely squishing now. I couldn't remember how many we have to rescue. Do I have to rescue all of them, or will 8 be enough? I presume there are 10, so that gives us 100%. So we're going to rescue about 80%. Right. Check out that first guy climbing. They all need to do something similar. Boop, boop. Go, lads. What are lemmings like at climbing? Apparently they don't walk over cliffs. That was all made up by a BBC documentary to try and make it look that way, and they just rounded loads up and pushed them off the cliff. TV was tough back in those days. Right, there we go. Come on, Boris, get a move on. Get a move on, kid. Right. 3 are out. 2 are out. Right, move. Or I might lose you in the edit. In your own time, sir. Well, there's nothing else going on. Lemmings can also drown in this game. Get killed by lava. Get hung. Cut. Lots of things can happen to them. All bad. Right. You rescued 8. You needed 10. Better rethink your strategy. Shall we leave it there? No, no, I'm not going to end in failure. I want one last go of this thing. Right, so we know where I went wrong, didn't we? We went wrong by digging that diagonal trench further than we needed to. Right, okay. Right, let's do it a bit further away from the hatch this time. Should we come around the mountain? That's one. Let's go. Right, okay, where should we dig this thing? This is like a good place of any. Yeah? Right, he's off. His mining career, his digging career's started. That's it, that's much better. That's much more sensible. Yeah, this is good graphics on the Spectrum. Such small characters there, and quite often programming it's quite clunky for small things, and that's great. I mean, they're right behind each other as well, aren't they? Normally you need a bit of a gap or a bit of an overlap. They've gone for all the same colour to make it simple, but more importantly avoid colour bleed because the graphics are so small. But it works well. They made a good decision there, and I think Psygnosis can be proud of themselves looking back on this. Brilliant. Really good. I don't know if there's any other similar games to this one. You let me know if you know. Good work. Good work, Psygnosis. Yeah. Right, just this lazy Boris left and then we're there. Come on, lad. You can do it. We know you can do it. Is he going to do it? Yes. Right, so if he's 10 out of 10, and 10 out of 10's always been my favourite number, or ratio. Boomer. Another lemming rescued. I think I'll have one last go at this. I'll do one last stage, then we call it a day, because we've pretty much seen how it plays, haven't we? You've got the gist of it, and if you're aware of lemmings and other systems, you've now got a comparison. Right, we need bashers this time. There's the map up the top there, so it looks like it's over 2 screens again. So we've got to bash through that middle column as everything goes cyan, bash through that rock, and then whatever's in the screen next door. Okay. We've got, how many bashes we got? Loads. There it goes. So he's cutting through there. Hopefully that... Oh, he's given up. Right, perhaps it was lunchtime. That doesn't normally happen. Well, hopefully this whole cave doesn't collapse. We remove the main support beam. But that would be very cruel if they did that. I'm coming through. Coming through. Then we've got to get through some sort of strange lattice glass work. Yeah, and the things in the middle. That's identical to the Amiga version and the PlayStation version. Good, they've used that as a template. I think we can do that precision here, about 4 snips and we'll be through, maybe 3. It's quite thin, this stuff. That's 1. Collision detection on this game is brilliant. Look at the Lemmings walk really precisely over these graphics. Excellent stuff. Oh, one guy's going on a walk. Right, we're through. Can't remember how many we needed to rescue this mob. We're on our way to Successville. Everyone's out. Nice animation on the water. Scrolls pretty quickly as well. Doesn't do my eyes in at all. Timer's ticking down nicely in large fonts. Got the Lemmings logo on the bottom right. Yeah, it's good. I'm impressed with this. Great stuff. The reason why I'm impressed with it, quite often you'd see something that come out on the 16-bit systems first and then put across on the 8-bit and they just don't work. This isn't the case. It's I prefer the 16-bit, don't get me wrong, but this is really good. This is really good. Good example of good coding. Attention to detail. I mean, look at the graphics on that rock, for example. Yeah, they haven't just knocked this out over a day because they knew this was going to sell anyway. They've really put it together. I believe there's 60 levels in this game. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the Spectrum have all the levels? Yeah, good. The loading times, which I will edit down so it won't seem so bad, they are a little bit long. And when the Spectrum starts loading from a tape, there's always a chance you get tape loading error. So some frustration might creep in here where you've got up to your best level ever and then everything goes wrong. But there are passwords to jump to different levels as well. So if it all goes wrong, as long as you can remember the password, you can jump back in again. But that's just a very minor gripe and what all round is a pretty good game. So yep, I think we'll leave that there. That was Lemmings, of course, on the ZX Spectrum 48K, published by Psygnosis in 1991. Hope you enjoyed the video. Always like hearing your comments if you've got any. Take good care of yourself and a very warm goodbye.
Goodbye.